Welcome to episode 3 of This Week in Sports Betting. It's BP311 and TJSaltdog, and we're here to try to find the best lines, leans, and ideas to make you and ourselves a sports handicapper be profitable in sports betting. How's it going there, Terry?
I'm doing good. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. We have a no Dolceto today. He was going to try to send me some soccer picks. He didn't get around to it, so no soccer today. So I apologize to anybody who was looking forward to that. We don't have anything in the UFC. Mr. Koalas is going to Comerica Park for the baseball game. We'll header today with the Rockies and the Tigers. First pitch 110. We'll get into a little bit of baseball later. We're going to start in the NHL. Deep NHL dive here. There's 12 games today, and I'm going to cover each and every one of them. I will give you leans, ideas, and picks, just so everybody knows, and everybody who doesn't follow me enough, maybe the lean's a lean. Got a gun to my head. I got to take a side. I got to pick something. It's not a real strong play, but if you want to pick on the game, here's something. Here's a lean. Ideas are plays that I may or may not put money on. Usually I'll take a few of those and I'll parlay them together. I'll actually make note as we go along. I've got 3 ideas that I am going to parlay together today in the NHL, and then I have picks, which are official plays. I put 2 to 3 units on and have. There are 3 games at 12:30. We don't have a whole lot of time to talk about those. It's 12:02, 28 minutes till puck drops in 3 cities. So let's roll right into that right now. And the first game is a pick for me. I'm going to take the New York Islanders puck line -1.5 at the Buffalo Sabres +175 on DraftKings game 12:30. And just so I don't have to say this over and over and over again, I will only tell you when the games are not on ESPN Plus because most of them are. The Islanders are the better team. The Sabres are terrible. The goaltending's terrible. The defense is terrible. Neither one of these teams are going to make the playoffs, but the New York Islanders fight hard, and I expect them to win by at least 2 goals. Getting plus money on that is just a bonus. The next one is going to be an idea, and I'm going to star this idea and use it as a parlay piece, all right? And I'll go back to the end, but this is one of them that I am going to use as a parlay piece, and it's also a 12:30 drop on ESPN+. This is the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm going to take their money line -230 against the New Jersey Devils in New Jersey. Carolina, obviously, better team, a playoff team. New Jersey on the outside looking in. I don't feel comfortable enough to take the Carolina Hurricanes on a puck line here. They don't score a lot of goals, but I think that they'll get the job done and then they'll get the W. So I'll just take the money line. I know it's a big vig. I wouldn't take it straight. I would use it as a parlay piece, -230 there. The next one is an idea. I'm not going to star this one. Not a parlay piece, just an idea. You got the Pittsburgh Penguins coming in to play the Detroit Red Wings. The game is also at 12:30. This one you cannot find on ESPN Plus. It'll be on NHL Network. I like the Red Wings here +1.5 goals. They've been playing good teams close more times than not. They let us down against the Panthers, but they beat the Hurricanes. They beat the Lightning. I mean, they're playing good teams close, and they're still fighting all the way to the bitter end. So I think that they can keep this one close even if they won't win. Wings +1.5 puck line against the Penguins. That's an idea.
Now, are the Penguins, are they in the playoffs right now?
The Penguins will be in the playoffs. The Red Wings will not. But, yeah, they did pretty good overall. They're mediocre. Like I said before here, they've had a better year than most of us expected them to have. But it looks like we're getting a new coach. So I think Blashill's on his way out the door, seeking for replacements. The next one is going to be a pick, the second pick in the NHL. I'm going to take the New York Rangers as a short dog on a money line +115. They're playing the Boston Bruins at 3 o'clock on ESPN+. Look, both playoff teams, both good teams. The Rangers are good enough to get this thing done. And generally speaking, I root against Boston in just about every sport. So let's go Rangers. A little bit of plus money there.
Every time I bet on the Rangers, they cover for me. I love it.
You should probably bet on the Rangers today, too.
Oh, I will. All
right, the next one is going to be one of those parlay pieces in the idea column. The Nashville Predators +1.5 at -165 on MGM. They're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning at 7 o'clock tonight. This one is on NHL Network. Look, the Predators are fighting for a playoff spot. They're in the hunt in the West for the wild card with a couple other teams. It's Dallas and Vegas. They need to win. But I'm not going to go out and say that they're going to beat the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. I will say they'll keep the game close, +1.5. Give me a $1.50 with Nashville, and I'll take it. And I'll parlay it because I don't love paying -1.5. And that's going to be idea Start idea parlay piece number 2. We'll go back over this at the end just so nobody gets confused. The next couple games are both going to be leans. These are gun to my head. I didn't really have a good feeling about either one of these games, but I'll give you what I think, and it's going to be a little bit unconventional. I've got the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Florida Panthers. Game's on at 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus, and I would take, if I even bet this game at all, which I won't, I would take under 7 goals because they put this line at 7, and I think these two teams are too good to allow that many goals to find the back. The next one is another lean, Montreal Canadiens. I would take the money line plus 140. It's, plus money on the Canadiens against the Senators in Ottawa at 7 p.m. I'm not sure. No, neither one of these teams are very good. Okay. Ottawa has been sneaky good lately, but neither one of these teams are going to make the playoffs. Canadiens are about the bottom of the NHL, but they've got a chance to win a game like this. They're not playing a super aggressive competitive team in the Senators. Again, this is a lean. I'm not taking this one, but plus money on Montreal.
Yeah.
Maybe think about that a little bit.
I like Ottawa. They've been tough the last couple of games.
They have been, but neither one of these teams, like I said, are going to make the playoffs. And at in hockey, they don't stop fighting, and I get that. But at some point, Montreal's got to find a win somewhere, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sooner or later. But it's a lean, so not a lot of stock in that one. The next pick's going to be a pick, number 3 in the NHL today. Take a look. We're going to Seattle Kraken at the Dallas Stars over games on at 8 p.m. ESPN Plus. In line when I grabbed it last night, 100 even money. Look, Kraken hit overs. We know this. I've talked about this time and time again. I've only got about 4 or 5 more shots to take them this season, and I'm not going to necessarily take every single one of them, but I will take the majority of them. They've cashed for me about 75% of the time this season. They got it done for us yesterday in a 6-3 loss to the Minnesota Wild. I know they're on a back-to-back. Dallas has to fight. Dallas is with Nashville and Vegas fighting for that wild card spot in the Western Conference. Kraken put up goals. They compete. They don't just sit there and lay down. So I think this is going to be a game with a lot of goals. I would lean towards a Dallas victory, but look, Seattle beat Colorado last week. So, or earlier this week, rather. Anything could happen. I'm just going with the over in this one. Over 6 goals, Kraken Stars, 8 o'clock tonight.
I don't think I'll ever see you pick an under with the Seattle Kraken.
Never have, and probably never will. When these lines go to like 7, that's when I start to have a pause. Like, oh, okay, hold on. But 6, 6.5,
Yeah. Now, the Seattle Kraken, they score points. So what do they need next year to be competitive to go to the playoffs? Because, I'm just now getting into hockey. You know that.
Mm-hmm. They need a better offense. I mean, the defense hangs in there a lot, but the puck's often in their side, and the goalie can only do so much. They don't have a dominant enough offense. Like, they'll get the puck, and they'll make a run, and then boom, 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 and it's in the back of the net, but they don't spend enough time in the opposing zone. So centers, forwards, things of that nature, wingers, they did a lot of moving around. They did a lot of trading here at the deadline, and they made a lot of moves. And I think that they're going to have, obviously they're going to have good draft picks, as they're one of the worst teams in the league as far as win-loss record and points are concerned. So they're going to get better. But I think that they couldn't get much worse. But for me, I'm excited to see how they progress and how they change, how they evolve next year.
So you're wearing a Seattle hat. So what, are you a fan now of Seattle Kraken?
I often like these expansion teams. I often like to see what they're all about. And, I'm a Red Wings fan. I'm a Blues fan. And I'd say the Kraken are probably my 3rd team.
I like them. I like the Kraken. I like the colors. I mean.
Yeah, it's a great jersey, Yeah. They're exciting to watch, and they hit overs, and we like a lot of goals in hockey, right? It changes the dynamic in the game, and it makes it more exciting to watch. We got 4 games left in the NHL, and I'll recap it at the end. The next one's going to be another one of those leans, gun to my head. I have to say something about the game. Don't love the game, don't love the matchup, but I'll do what I can for you here, and it's going to be another unconventional pick. You got the Chicago Blackhawks at the San Jose Sharks. Games on at 8 o'clock ESPN Plus, and this is another one I would take the under 6.5. Either one of these teams historically score a lot of goals. Don't like a side, but I'll take the total. I'll take the total under, and that's a lean. All right, pick number 4 in the NHL, 4th and final. I got the St. Louis Blues -1.5, and I'm paying a vig -135 because they're playing the Arizona Coyotes tonight at 10 o'clock on ESPN+. The Blues are the far better team.
Oh, yeah.
They should win this game by 3 or 4 goals, much less 2. I'm very confident in the pick. I don't love paying -135, but I definitely wasn't going to pay like a -350 for the money line, so this was the alternative. I'll take Blues on the puck line -1.5 against the Arizona Coyotes tonight, late game, 10 o'clock. The last 2 are going to be ideas. One of them are going to be a parlay piece that we're going to go back to. This one's not that. Vancouver Canucks at Calgary Flames. I would take the Flames -1.5, +112 here. Game's on at 10 o'clock as well on ESPN+. I know that the Canucks were fighting for a playoff spot. They've been mathematically eliminated. So they're done. Put a fork in them. Not that they're going to stop fighting, but Calgary, in my opinion, is the best team in the NHL right now. So I'm going to take them to cover a puck line against Vancouver. Simple as that, and that's an idea. And then the final idea is going to be a parlay piece idea, number 3. Like I said, we'll recap this. Don't get too confused. Anaheim Ducks at LA Kings. I would take the Kings money line. It's -240, which is why it's a parlay piece and not a straight play. Game's on at 10:30 on ESPN+. The Ducks impressed some people early in the season, but have since regressed and came back to earth. So the Kings will be a playoff team. They surprised a lot of people this year, and they keep pressing. So let's recap first. First, let's do the recap of the 3 ideas that I want to put together in a 3-leg parlay. It's going to be the Carolina Hurricanes money line at -230 against the New Jersey Devils on at 12:30. So you better be putting this thing together pretty quick because we're running out of time. The other 2, Nashville Predators +1.5 against Tampa Bay Lightning on at 7 o'clock tonight, -165 odds. And the third and final, LA Kings money line -240 against the Anaheim Ducks tonight at 10:30. And then the picks. New York Islanders -1.5 puck line against the Buffalo Sabres +175. Games on at 12:30. The New York Rangers money line +115 at the Boston Bruins, 3 p.m. The Seattle Kraken and the Dallas Stars over 6 goals. Game is on at 8 o'clock tonight. And then finally, the St. Louis Blues -1.5 puck line, -135 at the Arizona Coyotes tonight at 10 p.m. That'll wrap us up in the NHL. I'm going to shoot it over to TJSaltdog to get us going in the NBA.
NBA, we got 4 games tonight. You know, last night we had some good games. Chicago didn't even show up to play. You know, something like 3 for 32 or 3 for 34 from 3-point range. I mean, you can't win doing that. And that's without Chris Middleton. Can you believe that? Milwaukee did that without Chris Middleton.
I did good last night in the NBA. I took the Bucks to cover like 2.5 points. They covered, I don't know, a lot more than that. They won by 30.
Yeah, something like that.
I took the Suns. I took the Suns -1. They got that thing done relatively handily. It was a close game until the end, but they pulled away at the end.
Well, you got today's games. They're basically almost the same spreads as last time. You know, Philadelphia -2.5. My numbers have them at 12.5, so you can actually go to -6.5 and still pick the 76ers by my numbers. So I'm going to take 76ers +2.5. And then, of course, you and me are on the same page. Dallas. I got Dallas +5. You got them at +6, which is even better.
Yeah, I don't think you can find that line anymore. I took it last night. Dallas +6 at PointsBet.
I don't think is Luka playing or not. I don't think he is.
I don't think so.
But
let's see what they say.
They don't need him against Utah. Utah's terrible.
They've proven that already more than once that they don't have to have him right now. And if they don't have to have him right now, he may as well rest up and fully heal before the next series against the Phoenix Suns.
Yep. But in the next game,
Luka's questionable. They got it listed as questionable, but I don't think he'll play. They don't need him.
So I don't think. Yeah, wait till you come back home if you need to play him. You know.
Right.
Yeah. But the next game, Boston Celtics +3. I got it -6.5 underdogs. You're not going to touch this game, you said, because you bet on Brooklyn twice and lost twice.
That's right.
You'll learn your lesson, huh?
No bueno here. No.
Now, see, I think Simmons is back for the 4th game, is what they're saying. I would have brought him back today.
It's looking like he's going to play here at some point. Exactly when, I haven't heard. Let me see what I can find out on that real quick.
Yeah. while you're looking at that, the next game of the night, Memphis -3. I got them at -8 favorites. I took Timberwolves last game. They let them back in it. I'm taking Memphis -3. They're starting to click again. So, yeah, my picks are Philadelphia -2.5, Dallas +5, Boston +3, Memphis Grizzlies -3. And then the over and unders, wow, my numbers are the same, so I wouldn't even touch them. You guys can touch them, but, when my numbers match theirs, I don't touch it.
I get it. My only play in the NBA is the Dallas Mavericks +6. And if you want to take it to +5, look, I think they can win this game outright. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you want to take a flyer on a money line for plus money, I wouldn't be against that either. I think Dallas is going to wrap this thing up relatively quickly, and they may not even need Luka Doncic to do it. I did check on that. Ben Simmons is out. Yesterday he was listed like questionable or probable. Now he's listed out again. So I don't know what's going on with that. Are you at all concerned about Embiid's little lingering issue there, even though he's going to play?
No. I mean, Toronto. Who's Toronto got out? They got
Is it Van Vliet?
Yeah, And Van Fleet's a good ball player, dude.
Oh yeah, he's one of their top two. I mean, they got Siakam. Nobody's gonna like this pick. I put a couple bucks on it just to do it because I was listening to BetQL or whatever. The Raptors to win the series is 40 times your money right now. And the likelihood it's not likely that it's going to happen. Obviously,
you threw $2 on that.
Something like that, yeah.
Dude, I mean, come on, $2. Wow.
And you win 80 if it happens.
Yeah, if it hits, you're like, oh man, yeah. Wow.
I don't really think it's going to happen. It's a bet that you make, assuming you're going to lose your money. So you just put whatever the amount on it that you think is okay to just throw away. But once in a blue moon, one of those bets will come back and you'll get it, like Jordan Spieth plus 3,900 in the RBC Heritage. I mean,
yeah.
$5 capped it out for 200. So
those are my picks for the NBA. And of course, I've been at work all morning, so I didn't get to do tomorrow's games. But I've looked at them, and tomorrow's games are basically the same. Miami -2. Take Miami. Atlanta should have never won yesterday. They let them back in. But,
you got the Bucks -4 against the Bulls tomorrow.
Yeah, pick Bucks. I mean,
you got the Warriors -4 against the Nuggets, and they could sweep them.
Nuggets
in Denver.
They are done. That's
another
team. No, wait. You didn't bet on them, did you?
Who's that?
Denver.
I bet on Denver the first two games on the money line and got burned.
And Golden State's your favorite team.
Golden State's one of my favorite teams, yeah. It was really weird watching the games. Like, I was watching game one, and I got money on Denver, and I was seeing Golden State play really good, and I'm like starting to get excited. I'm like, but wait a minute, this is costing me money.
Yeah. See, they're a different team without Jamal Murray and Porter. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Without them guys, all they got is Jokic.
Joker can't do it all by himself,
right.
and that's been proven. And Golden State right now looks like they could win the whole freaking thing.
Yep.
With Steph Clay and Jordan Poole stay hot and stay healthy.
Oh yeah.
And Draymond, because I didn't think Draymond was as good as he used to be, and then I saw him completely shut down Joker in multiple games, and I'm like, this guy still plays some really good defense. So
yeah.
This Jordan team has
Poole. Jordan Poole's he's the wild card there, dude, because he's tearing it up right now.
Yeah, and then there's the concern that if they put him on the bench and he becomes the sixth man again, is he going to bruise his ego and he's maybe not going to be able to light it up like he has been, because Steph doesn't need it. Steph's humble. Steph doesn't have the ego that to that degree. He's also not young and hungry and trying to become a superstar. He's been a superstar in this league for many years, and he knows he can go out there and sink threes whenever he's good and ready to do so. But if they can stay on point here like they have been, they could beat anybody.
Yeah, well, they're a better team with Wiseman too, and he's out for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
if he wasn't hurt, oh my Lord, watch out! These guys are good.
I think they're good anyway.
I know.
And I know they're playing Denver, and
And
it'll
I
be
don't see
different against Phoenix.
I don't see Phoenix beating them without Booker. I'm sorry. I don't.
And we don't know when Booker's going to come back, so that's a big
That's
question
right.
mark. But
Yeah.
I think the Golden State could roll all the way to the Western Conference Final.
Now, who they play in the second round if they win?
They're going to play Memphis, most likely.
That's the series right there.
And that's going to be a very exciting series where I told you, I may not even take sides on that one. I may just take props and watch the game and enjoy the action. Because maybe you take the over on every game. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that over would be big.
Yeah, I think Dallas can beat Phoenix if they don't have Booker back, and then it could be the Mavericks and the Warriors in the Western Conference at the end of it. I don't know. The East is getting really confusing for me lately, so I'm not even going to touch on it. But in the West, I think it could be Golden State and Dallas, and I don't know that I could have, hoped for anything better than that. I've got futures on both teams. I like rooting for both teams. I really like the Bucks in the East, but we'll see what they could do without Middleton against somebody besides the Bulls, because obviously that's not really working out for Chicago this year. But
yeah,
I would love to see it. I mean, I predicted Phoenix and Milwaukee to go back to the finals again, but without Devin Booker, it's a whole different ballgame. I mean, without Devin Booker, it's a whole different ballgame. So who knows?
And we didn't expect Golden State to be this good this year either.
No, I don't think anybody expected Jordan Poole to come off the bench when Steph went down and become the juggernaut that he has. So a lot of things are different than what we expected, and that's how it goes. And you get injuries along the way with Middleton and Booker, and that could affect things going forward for the two teams that we expected in the finals. So maybe a whole different game. It may be Golden State and I don't know, Boston. I don't give Boston any credit.
Boston's good.
I don't give Boston any credit. I don't give Boston any respect, but they just keep winning. And it's being proven that they don't have all these superstar scorers. They have Tatum, but they got really good defense. And if they can shut down KD and Kyrie, who can't they shut down is really the question. And so
that's right. Yep.
I think I'm going to lean Brooklyn tonight, but I'm not going to play the game because I've lost on Brooklyn twice. And I don't think they're going to lose game 3 and put themselves in an 0-3 hole. I just don't think it's going to be that quick of a series. But no money going on that game because I'm not gonna get fooled 3 times is what I didn't do it against Denver. Me and Johnny talked about it earlier in the week. He went back a 3rd time on the Denver money line and got burned. And I said, I'm not doing it. And same thing with Denver, or same thing with Brooklyn. I'm not going to go, even though I think they're going to win tonight, I'm not going to go back and bet on a money line for Brooklyn a 3rd time after I lost twice in a row. Not going to happen.
Nope.
I'm on Dallas.
I think everybody's on Dallas.
And that's about it. Well, with the line coming down, then you have to figure people are on Dallas, but you also got to figure the line's not coming down that much. So maybe Vegas, thinks Utah is going to pull this one out. Who knows?
Yeah, is the line right? What's it right? Is it at 5 right now, or?
It was 5 last time I saw it.
I use FanDuel, and I just like FanDuel.
I'm still seeing places where you can get it at 6, and most of the places are at 5.5. So actually, it's not really moving much. It's not moving.
FanDuel's got it at 6, yeah.
So you can still go and get Dallas plus 6 right now.
So I can go do another one because if 6 hits, that means 5 hits.
Right.
5 don't hit, my 6 hit.
If they win, they both hit.
Yeah.
And then you can get Mavericks at plus 205 if you want to take a shot on the money line.
I like that money line, though, dude. I really do.
3 times your money. So
that's right. That's where your value's at.
Yeah, I may hit that up myself here in a minute. I'm going to be too late to jump on this parlay that I put together for everybody else in the NHL because at 12:30. But maybe I'll do Predators plus 1.5. Kings minus 240 money line, and I'll throw the Dallas money line on it, and that'll be, I don't know, plus 500 or something.
What's up, Jeff?
Jeff, on lunch. Catch up later.
How are we looking with the Zurich Open?
I have not checked on that, but I can do so right now.
He's on his lunch. He must be at work, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, I just got off work today. I'm getting ready to go back. I wasn't able to get baseball or hockey on Army Discord.
Yeah, it's good. It's making it kind of hard to find, but I did put a couple ideas out since we won the Spieth one. I did put a couple ideas out for golf. I took Ryan Palmer and Scotty Scheffler, and then Taylor Gooch and Max Homa because they're playing doubles. They're playing partners.
I put money on Hovland and whoever his partner was. Of course, they're not doing that very good right now.
Okay. Skins, Cantley, Shoffley, Keisner, Brown, Lipsky, Rye, Ryder, Redmond, O'Hare, Piercy, Horschel, Burns, Tringali, Hart, Grace. I'm not seeing anybody that I picked in the top 10.
Nope.
All right, so Ryan Palmer and Scotty Scheffler are down at 14, 13 under par. The leaders are at 17 under par.
And Jeff said he works every Saturday, unfortunately.
Gooch is down at tied for 18th at 12 under par. And I have not found Max Homa.
Yeah, that was a good win last night for Kraken, Jeff. Yeah. Me and BP took the over. You took the over too, right?
I did, yeah.
We don't take the money line on the Kraken. If we did, we'd be millionaires.
Well, the Kraken lost.
Yeah.
Actually, that brings me to a point. No, the Kraken have been hitting a lot of overs, and I don't know about their money lines because they don't win a lot of games, but they lost 6-3 to Minnesota last night, but the over hits and
he sprinkles.
Hey, I don't blame you because often the Kraken money lines are +2, +3, once in a while +400. So once in a while they'll squeak out a win. They beat Colorado on what, Monday?
Yeah. Who ain't beating Colorado right now, bud? Why are they playing like that?
They got 116 points. The best team in the league. I mean, tied with Florida, I guess. They don't really care. They don't have to care at this point. That's something that doesn't really happen in the NHL very often. And it's another reason why I just don't like Colorado. Because, for one, the Red Wings and the Avalanche have a history rivalry. You can look it up on YouTube. Those guys, the whole team was fighting on the ice back in 1997 or 98. But, I mean, what are they doing? I mean, I understand you maybe you don't want the President's Trophy. Maybe you don't want first place for some reason. I have no idea. He sprinkled some golf picks and top 10s to win, stuff like that. So, and I knew that kind of stuff too. This doubles Zurich Open thing, I didn't get real invested in it. I just wanted to take a couple picks and get it out there for you guys. But
I'll take like a regular golf, like the Players Championship. I'll put $5 on probably the top 5-6 guys. I've never hit. Golf's so hard to pick.
Oh, you got 40 or 50 golfers, but if you hit, I mean, you're hitting big like we did with Spieth plus 3,900. March 23rd, 1997 is the date of the fight on the ice with the Avalanche and the Red Wings. I'm glad he's got that for us. Yeah, I'll usually put $5 on 3 different people, but I'll usually have one dark horse in there, somebody who's further down the list, not in the top 5. Like Spieth. Spieth was down there. I didn't understand why. Yeah. And I'm glad I got it and took it and got it 40 times, but that doesn't happen often. Since we're here, since we're just, effing around, I will give my recap for Friday right now, since get that out of the way, so I don't have to do it on Monday. I went 3-1 yesterday. Not pretty good day altogether. Lost in baseball. The Marlins did not beat the Braves. They lost to the Braves. 3-0, by the way. But everything else hit. We were talking about it. The Kraken in the Wild. It was 6-3 final for Minnesota. That hits. That's the over. Bucks -2.5. Could have taken them -30 or -29 rather. 181. And then the Phoenix Suns -1. They beat the Pelicans. And I didn't write down the final, but I can grab it quickly.
What, 114, 111?
Yep. Yeah, that was it. 114, 111. So 3-1 day. Not bad. Not bad at all. Speaking of baseball, I got one pick for you. I don't think Terry got a chance to look at much of anything, but
No, I did not.
I'll get into this. Look, I looked at the board and I saw something that stood out and didn't make sense to me. It could be a trap. I don't know. Maybe I'm walking into something. But the Brewers are plus 135 underdogs. Now they're plus 125. They're still underdogs. I understand it's in Philadelphia. But the Brewers are 8-5. The Phillies are 5-8. The pitcher for the Phillies, Zach Wheeler's got a 9.39 ERA. Pitcher for the Brewers, Adrian Houser's got a 2.89 ERA. So this doesn't make sense to me. I'm not sure why the Phillies are favored. I see value in the Milwaukee money line, so I took it. Could be walking into a trap. I don't know. That's gonna be my only baseball pick for this weekend. So if you want it, take it. This game's on at 4:00 on NBC Sports.
What's the over and under on that game, bud?
Well,
You took Milwaukee?
I didn't look real hard at that.
Man, I'd probably went over 8.
Yeah, the over and the under are exactly the same odds. So
yeah,
I guess there's no feeling on which way that's going to go. But
yeah,
both teams got good bats. But I'm kind of thinking that Milwaukee might be better at pitching.
Yeah, Wheeler's only went 4 innings one game, 3 innings the next game, so he's not lasting very long.
He's not pitching very well lately, unless he's gonna have a big turnaround today. So yeah, I would rather Brewers today.
That's good. Hey, that's a good underdog pick.
Yeah, when I saw it at plus 140, and it showed Caesars, and I went to Caesars, and it wasn't. It was plus 130. I was like, so then I went to DraftKings and I got it at 135. So it's now 125. I think the best line is at FanDuel. So if you're looking for that one, any other news and notes that you want to go over in baseball at all?
Like I said, I didn't get to go over any of it.
There's a lot of games today. I think there's like 15 baseball games today. I'm not going to go heavy because baseball's not been kind to me the last few days. After a 6-1 start in betting, it's been like 0-3 the last few days. So I'm just not gonna go heavy. But that one stood out to me, so I'm on the Brewers.
I know the first game you had to look at the Cardinals.
Well,
the Cardinal game's almost a pick 'em, isn't it? One's at minus 105, the other one's at minus 110 or 115. Yeah, 115 and 105. That's almost a pick 'em. So I'd stay away from that game.
I looked at it. I didn't want to take it. Too much of a coin flip. I mean, I don't, when the Cardinals are heavy favorites, I consider the run line. When the Cardinals are underdogs, I almost always will jump on it. But when it's like this on a coin flip, I'm just going to stay away.
Yeah. Now, do you ever do the minus 1.5 if they're the home team? I don't like doing that.
I did opening day in St. Louis, and they won and they covered. But like the guys over in the other show say, don't get into a habit of laying your run line, especially with a home team who doesn't get the bat at the bottom of the ninth if they're up. So
that's right.
And I understand the logic behind that. I totally do. And you could always take the over team runs for them instead or something like that as kind of as an alternate strategy. But Jeff's in on the Brewers, so let's go Brewers. Crack a Miller and watch the Brewers, huh?
Is that one of the 12:30 games?
No, that one's at 4.
4, okay.
It'd be late enough to crack a beer by then. If you're not working.
Oh, I hope I'm not.
I have to work today. Got to work all weekend, make up for some lost time, and it's usually busier, but it's a at will, work your own hours kind of deal. So I'll be on there after this, huh?
Yeah. Be nice to be like Tanner. Have a job where this is what you do right here.
I should
Tanner's got to love it. Tanner has to love it.
I should probably shave and audition,
Yep.
Well, we're trying to get those guys to come on the show. We'll see if we can make that happen. And then we also got Matt who said something about maybe coming back next
Early
week.
NBA game. Yeah, we got Sixers too, Jeff. Yep, minus 2.5. I think that's the line right now still, right?
I saw it at minus 3.
Oh, I'd still take him at minus 3.
Terry likes the Sixers, the Mavericks, the Celtics, and the Grizzlies tonight. I circled his picks. So,
Yeah,
and tomorrow he didn't have time to go through all the numbers for tomorrow, but he did give us leans, I guess you would say, with the Bucks, the Warriors, the Suns, and the Heat, all the favorites tomorrow. So, I have one more pick, and then I guess I'll go back and recap all of them. We're gonna go in the USFL again. I
forgot about that. I forgot about that.
I've only put 2 picks in on the USFL personally. I've only given one out publicly, and I went 0-2 regardless, or 0-1. I haven't won one. Okay, I took the Panthers because it's the home team. I did the homer pick -3. They lost 17-12 to Houston last weekend, and then last night I took a free bet. So I guess I didn't really stake anything. I used a free bet on the Panthers money line as they were short dogs, and they lost. So. Shea Patterson doesn't look good. It seems like if he doesn't get a read right away, he's having to run out of the pocket, and the O line's not very good, and the D lines are better, and they're coming in on him, and he's trying to do what he did as a Wolverine. He's flailing around and running out of the pocket and losing the ball or flip flopping it, and it's just. I don't know how many more times I can jump on the Michigan Panthers before I give up on them, even though they were originally favored to win it all this year in the USFL. Jeff took the Mavs pre-series +2.5 games. Yeah, I have the Mavs to win the series at about +2 something. I can't remember exactly what the line was. I think it was +230 or something like that. And I'm thinking that looks like a really good bet right now. I also took the Nuggets to win the series, and that one's going to lose. So,
yeah. Okay, I got a question for our viewers. Okay, BP's got FanDuel. I got FanDuel. He's in Michigan. I'm in Indiana. He gets to see USFL and bet on them. I cannot. Does anybody know why? It baffles us. He's in Michigan. He can bet on USFL. I'm in Indiana. I cannot. And we're both on FanDuel.
Yeah, so if anybody has that, put it in the comments. Maybe after the facts. We only got Jeff right now, I think, watching live and commenting for it. But
yeah,
Panthers under 40.
Ah, see, he could bet USFL too. I can't bet it. That sucks.
Unders for Panthers or for Fisher. I mean, USFL unders so far probably all hit. I mean, these guys are not scoring a lot of points.
What was the score of that next game?
10-6, I believe, was the final.
God, what was the total?
I don't know what it was. He's betting USFL on DraftKings. So.
I got DraftKings. I don't ever use it, but
you could try that. See what they got for you. So anyhow, my pick this weekend is actually the game on Sunday. 3 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. I'm taking the New Orleans Breakers at +118 on the money line. I actually found it at Caesars for +125. You can go and check and see if that's still there. They're playing the Tampa Bay Bandits on Sunday at 3 o'clock. So Tampa Bay and New Orleans are both 1-0. Okay. And in the power rankings, they've got Tampa at 1 and New Orleans at 2. Well, I'm taking New Orleans. So they got plus money with New Orleans. I'm going to take New Orleans. I'll give you a programming note. Look, I have Action Network. I'm not sure what everybody else is using to track numbers and odds and all that kind of stuff. But every time I see a number at Caesars is better than everybody else, and I go to Caesars to get it, it's gone. It's not there. So I'd be careful about that. Although on this one, they don't track USFL. So I've got to physically, manually go through and see who has what line. So I saw the +118 at Bet Rivers. And then I saw the +125 at Caesars, and I jumped it. Total was 40 in the game, Jeff's saying, and 16 points. So, I would take the Breakers. I think both of these teams are good. I don't have a ton of breakdowns or analytics. It's only week 2 of the USFL, but I just think underdogs are valuable in a league that you don't know anything about if you're going to bet at all. I think underdogs and maybe unders, like Jeff's talking about.
I'm on DraftKings, and it shows the same thing. NFL, NCAA, and CFL. No USFL for Indiana.
I'm not sure that I haven't looked for it, but I'm not sure that I've seen CFL.
Really?
Yeah. Not that I've tried to bet on it or look for it, but I don't know. Maybe it's a market thing. It's weird. So we didn't mess with totals. Terry gave you the Sixers, the Mavs, the Celtics, the Grizz, the Bucks, the Dubs, Suns, and the Heat. And then in the NHL, it's 12:41. It's a bit late for this one, but actually it's probably 0-0. But I'll check the score just for shits and giggles. We got 3 games already started now, and every single one of them are 0-0 already. All right. I got the Tigers -1.5 puck line against the Sabres if you want to try to grab that live, if they'll let you. I got a +175 at DraftKings. The second pick of the NHL was the New York Rangers money line +115. Doesn't say where I took that. At the Bruins, 3 o'clock. The third pick, Kraken Stars, over 6, +100. MGM, pick number 4. St. Louis Blues -1.5 at -135 on DraftKings at the Arizona Coyotes, 10 p.m. tonight. I took the Mavericks +6, which you can still get at FanDuel or at multiple locations, it looks like, against the Jazz, 4:30 on TNT for that game. I took the Milwaukee Brewers money line, +135 over at DraftKings, or +125 now over at FanDuel, against the Philadelphia Phillies. Games on at 4 o'clock, NBC Sports. And finally, on Sunday in the USFL, New Orleans Breakers +125 at Caesars, +118 consensus against the Tampa Bay Bandits, 3 p.m. Sunday, NBC and Peacock to check that out. So I gave you 7 picks. I gave you a couple ideas. It's maybe a little late for that Carolina Hurricanes money line at -230. You could, if you could probably still parlay that up with the Nashville Predators +1.5 against Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Anaheim LA Kings money line -240 against the Anaheim Ducks. So the Hurricanes game is already on with the Devils right now, just dropped about 15 minutes ago. Predators and Lightning's on at 7. Ducks and Kings are on at 10:30. Being that it's after puck drop, I may just hold off and lay off of that game altogether. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I may do, Nashville puck line and Kings money line, combine it with Mavericks money line, or I might just take Mavericks money line on its own and then combine those 2 NHL picks, maybe by themselves. Maybe I'll add something in. Maybe I will take Carolina after all. I don't know. I'll have to see what the score is, see what it's looking like. But
what state you in, Jeff?
I believe Jeff's also in Michigan.
Is he? Okay. Yeah.
He's part of the Detroit Sports Bettors.
Okay, yeah. We already know USFL's on FanDuel in Michigan, and we just don't know why it's not in Indiana.
Can't tell you.
Of course, there's other states that don't have stuff, and my FanDuel has it. So, and probably have to send some money to my buddy BP311 to bet on freaking USFL for me.
Okay, 5th approved legal betting on USFL games.
Oh, really?
It doesn't tell me which ones. So I'm guessing.
I can guarantee you Indiana.
This was from March 3rd. I'm guessing that. Oh, we got April 12th. 27 states where USFL is legal to bet. Fox. Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Iowa, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Tennessee, Virginia, Washington, D.C., West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. No Indiana. It's not legal for you to bet on USFL in Indiana. We got to the bottom of it.
Right. Jeff just said he doesn't see CFL either.
I don't see. Right? Yeah, I don't see CFL. I'm not sure if it's just because they're not playing right now, right? That's like a.
No, I don't think. Is there a CFL still?
I don't know.
I don't know.
2022 schedule starts in May.
Let's see here. Football.
We start May 23rd. Or no, preseason starts in May. Week 1 starts in June. But I have never looked for it.
Yeah.
Never really seen it either, though. I would think that with preseason a month away and the regular season 2 months away that you must right now, right? But if I go to football, I got NFL, NCAA futures, USFL, and leagues. If I click leagues, I got NFL, NCAA. Oh, wait, CFL's there.
Huh.
Yep, I got CFL.
There's 9 teams in 2 different divisions here in the CFL that I got on FanDuel.
Yep, and it looks like I'm looking at the futures. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are the favorite to win the Grey Cup at plus 250. Calgary Stampeders plus 450. Saskatchewan Rough Riders plus 600.
Okay.
Toronto Argonauts plus 600. Hamilton Tiger Cats plus 700. Montreal Alouettes plus 1,000. Ottawa Red Blacks plus 1,200. Edmonton Elks plus 1,600. And the BC Lions plus 1,800. So I can bet CFL. I just never really looked into it, never really watched it.
Yeah.
Could be something that we could get into later on if we'd like. And hey, look, you've got something else that we brought onto the program that's different than what anybody else is doing. We talked a little bit of CFL Futures today on This Week in Sports Betting.
Now is that the one T.O. and what's his name's going to be playing in? Is CFL?
No, that's micro something. I forgot what it's called.
If you can bet on it, we'll talk it, right?
Pretty much.
Wait till horse racing. When's that? Kentucky next month?
May 7th, Kentucky Derby. I will be talking horses. I will give you some trifectas, some exactas, some winner, place, and show. I'm big on that when it comes around. I don't bet a lot of horses in the when it's not big races, but I will drop some money on the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. Fan-controlled football league. Johnny Manziel, Terrell Owens.
Yep.
Well, I don't believe that you can bet on that. I haven't seen it anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a whole lot of reason to talk about it.
No, I just knew they was going somewhere. I didn't know if it was a CFL or what.
Yeah. Fan-controlled football. I don't know. Well, anything about what that means or what it's about. What I know is that you can't bet on it. So
I wouldn't bet on Johnny Manziel anyway.
Probably won't get a lot of my attention.
Wow.
Well, we have a lot of different people we're going to try to bring on the show next week. I think the max is 4 for the screen split. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that it is. Terry's working on some people. Maybe we can get Tanner and the coach on here. I don't know.
Tanner. Tanner and the coach. Come on.
Maybe we'll bring Dolceto and Matt Kowalas back. I don't know. I will say this. May 2nd, Monday, will be a special edition of This Week in Sports Betting, and it'll be not fully, but mostly geared around the NHL playoffs, which start that night.
Have a good day, Jeff.
Thanks for joining us, Jeff. We really appreciate you coming on, getting interactive, chatting, and watching us live. Work will be over sooner than later, right? And you can get to business and watch the Brewers beat the Phillies at 4:00.
Hey, if they don't, then you'll know why it's a trap game.
You know what? It just looks weird, and sometimes you lay off those type of games. I'm taking a chance on it.
Yeah. So. How do you get a pitcher with a 9 ERA against another pitcher with a 2, but yet the 2 is an underdog?
Mm-hmm. I
don't know.
Maybe as I watch the game, it'll make more sense to me. I'm hoping not. It doesn't make sense, and I win.
Jeff likes it. He's going money.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. So I've recapped my plays. Terry's recapped his. If you want those, and you go back and watch again. Gave you a lot of information. We went over the NHL at length, the NBA for the weekend, all the playoff games. We touched on baseball and USFL. We even touched on the CFL, believe it or not, today. We're coming back next Saturday, one way or the other. It may just be us again. It may be a couple special guests, maybe who knows who it's going to be. And so we're going to do a show next Saturday, and then we're going to do another show next Monday, May 2nd for the NHL playoffs. So couple shows in a few days next week and into the following week. And a lot going on in the world of sports, so we'll keep on top of it. Anything else, Terry, before we head out of here?
So when's the NHL playoffs start?
May 2nd. Monday, May 2nd.
That Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to give some of my picks on that then. Get the approval of BP311.
I don't think you've given an NHL pick on the show yet, so. It'll be new.
I'm learning still.
It'll be a big NHL show. We will touch on the NBA playoffs, I'm sure. Maybe a little baseball.
Yep.
If there's some midweek soccer, who knows? Maybe we'll touch on that too. I will have my buddy Corey supposed to be coming on for that to help talk to me about the NHL playoffs. Maybe get somebody else's opinion who's a very avid hockey bettor. So should be a good time. Looking forward to it. With that being said, check out TJSaltdog on YouTube. Keep coming back to look at my videos, BP311's weekday sports picks. I'll be back on Monday to recap all these plays and give you some new ones. We'll be back next Saturday, which is April 30th, and then again on May 2nd, Monday, for the NHL playoffs to kick off. May 7th, the Kentucky Derby. So we got some stuff rolling on.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking out This Week in Sports Betting. Check us out next week. Have a good weekend. Make some money.
Have a good day, guys.
Keep it profitable.